Hello students, we are going to start with chapter number 7 in Science 2 for class 9 and the name of the chapter is Energy Flow in an Ecosystem. The topics that we are going to cover in this chapter are energy flow in an ecosystem, food chain and food web, energy pyramid, biogeochemical cycle. Under biogeochemical cycle, we are going to study the types of biogeochemical cycle, that is the carbon cycle, the oxygen cycle and the nitrogen cycle. We know that the world around us is made up of living and non-living factors. What are the living factors of the environment called as? Biotic factors. What are the non-living factors of the environment called as? Abiotic factors. Now both the living factors and the non-living factors are dependent on each other and they also interact with each other in the environment. So the biotic factors, the abiotic factors and their interaction with one another together forms the ecosystem. Let us study the classification of ecosystem. Ecosystem can be classified into natural ecosystem and artificial ecosystem. The natural ecosystem is once again bifurcated into two types, the terrestrial ecosystem and the aquatic ecosystem. The terrestrial ecosystem consists of the grassland ecosystem, the forest ecosystem, the desert ecosystem, whereas the aquatic ecosystem consists of the freshwater ecosystem and the marine ecosystem. An ecosystem can be as small as an oasis or it could be as big as an ocean. There are two types of ecosystem as we have already seen in the classification, the terrestrial ecosystem and the aquatic ecosystem. The terrestrial ecosystem is exclusively land-based ecosystem. And there are different types of terrestrial ecosystems like the grassland ecosystem, the forest ecosystem, the desert ecosystem, which are widely distributed around the various geological zones. So let's take the forest ecosystem. The forest ecosystem consists of plants, animals and microbes and they all live in coordination with the abiotic factors that are found in the environment. Whereas the desert ecosystem are regions which get very little rainfall. Here the days are hot and the nights are cold. This is the grassland ecosystem. In grassland ecosystem, what is the vegetation? Grasses and herbs. So some of the examples of grassland ecosystems are the temperate grasslands, the savannas, the prairies, the downs, etc. Aquatic ecosystem. Ecosystems which are present in a water body are called as the aquatic ecosystems. Aquatic ecosystems can further be classified into freshwater ecosystem and saline water ecosystem. Freshwater ecosystems can be divided as a pond ecosystem or a lake ecosystem or a river ecosystem, etc. There is no salt content which is present in the water. Whereas in a saline water ecosystem, we find that there is larger content of salt and we find greater biodiversity in the saline water ecosystem as compared to the freshwater ecosystem. The artificial ecosystem consists of croplands which are used for farming purpose. Components of the ecosystem. The components of the ecosystem are the biotic factors and the abiotic factors. Once again, what are the abiotic factors? The non-living components of the ecosystem are called as the abiotic factors. Example, soil, temperature, sunlight, air, water, etc. Biotic factors. The living components of the ecosystem are called as the biotic factors. Example, plants, animals, microorganisms, etc. Now the biotic factors are once again classified into producers, consumers and decomposers. Consumers are of three types. Primary consumers which are called as herbivores, secondary consumers which are called as the primary carnivores and the tertiary consumers which are called as the secondary carnivores. So according to the mode of nutrition, all the living organisms are classified as producers, consumers and decomposers. So let's see what are producers. Producers are all green plants which are present in the ecosystem. And we know that green plants are called as autotrophs because auto means self and trophs means feeding. So autotrophs are self-feeding plants because these plants can prepare their own food by the process of photosynthesis. Also, all the living organisms are dependent on the producers for their food. So, what are producers? Living organisms which can prepare their own food are called as producers. Consumers. Consumers are heterotrophs. Heterotrophs are those organisms which cannot prepare their own food but depend upon others for their food. Now consumers are classified as primary consumers, secondary consumers, tertiary consumers and apex consumers also. So now let us see what are primary consumers. Primary consumers are organisms that eat only producers or green plants for their food. So, what are primary consumers? Living organisms which directly depend upon autotrophs or green plants for their food are called as primary consumers. Since primary consumers are animals or organisms which are dependent on plants, the primary consumers are also called as herbivores or they are plant eaters. For example, a goat feeds on grass, a deer feeds on grass, a cow or a buffalo feeds on grass, etc. Secondary consumers. Secondary consumers are organisms that eat primary consumers. Secondary consumers can be carnivores or they can be omnivores. What are carnivores? Carnivores are those animals which eat only animals. But omnivores are those animals which eat both plants as well as animals. So here you can see a cat is eating a fish, a frog is eating an insect, a chameleon is eating an insect, a wolf is eating a rabbit. So whatever is being eaten by these living organisms are the primary consumers. So these are the living organisms which feed upon the primary consumers. So they can be carnivores or they can be omnivores. So what are secondary consumers? Living organisms which depend upon herbivores for their food are called as secondary consumers. So they are also called as carnivores or primary carnivores. Tertiary consumers. Tertiary consumers are those animals which obtain their nutrition by eating primary consumers as well as secondary consumers. So normally these tertiary consumers are carnivorous predators. They can be carnivores or they can be omnivores. That is, they will feed on both plants as well as animals. So some of the examples of tertiary consumers are, you can see a wolf, a snake is an example of tertiary consumer. Apex consumers or top level consumers, these are the final consumers and these are the consumers which no one can eat and therefore they are called as the top level consumers or the apex consumers. So definition of apex consumers is the final consumers that no one can eat are called as apex consumers or top level consumers. So a hawk, a lion, a tiger are some of the examples of apex consumers. Omnivores. Omnivores are living organisms which depend upon both plants and animals for their food. For example, human beings, mouse, hen, bear, pig, crow. All these are examples of omnivores. Decomposers. When plants and animals die, the dead bodies of these plants and animals has to be decomposed. That is, it has to be converted into simple substances. So there are organisms which are present in the ecosystem. They break down the dead bodies of the plants and animals into simple substances, thereby adding organic matter to the soil. So some of the examples of decomposers are worm, mushroom, insects, bacteria, etc.